Suddenly takes it from being a move which might work well up to like advanced white or maybe lower blue belt level, into something which really works well at the upper levels. And I think it's been undervalued largely because it's taught in a way which is very simple to comprehend to a beginner, but which does a disservice to what the actual potential in the lock is. Where if you add a lot of mechanical details and then put it in the context of good tactics to set it up, if you embed good mechanics with those better tactics, you can make the American lock a way better move than it's ever been given credit for. And I love the idea of it because I truly believe that the foundations of Jiu-Jitsu are everything.
Yeah.
Like you can have a great career in Jiu-Jitsu just with foundations. I've always
The stuff that you learned the first
yes,
week.
the stuff you learn your first month in Jiu-Jitsu could easily create a career if you just stuck with those moves, and you could be amazing just with that. I've always believed that. And even relatively early in my career, I was always kind of disappointed in the American lock. So my first teaching job in Jiu-Jitsu was teaching the introduction courses for Renzo Gracie in New York City many years ago. And I always was struck by the fact that, I'm teaching this American lock, but I hardly ever use it against guys my own level.
Oh, and one interesting thing that I was thinking as well while you were talking about that is that I agree with you that the percentage of Americanos in tournaments overall are very low. But if you only analyze white belts, I think it's pretty high, because it works for white belts.
Yes, my point is, the problem is that people always think that all I teach is advanced jiu-jitsu. They don't realize that I taught beginner jiu-jitsu long before I taught advanced jiu-jitsu. And I 100% agree with you. If you watch ADCC, you won't see too many American locks. You watch the average beginner class, white belt class across America, you'll see a ton of American locks, a lot of them. And if you watch self-defense situations, like American locks, if someone doesn't know how to defend an American lock, it is an absolutely devastating weapon. It will snap an arm like a toothpick if it's done properly. I think when people first come into Jiu-Jitsu, they have to learn it. And if they add the sophisticated elements that we show in this video, it will carry over much more from white belt class up much higher than anyone believed possible. And then you get the whole other side of the equation, which is if you've developed a reputation as someone who does have a strong American lock, your opponents have to react in very predictable fashion, and that feeds into all the other moves that team up with it that we looked at. And done in this light, the American lock, I think, can be an incredible addition to even a very advanced Jiu-Jitsu athlete's arsenal.